All right, good morning, Brookland Hills. This is your monthly update. It's the first day of August on what's going on in the real estate market as far as in Brookland and specifically in Brookland Hills. So we'll go ahead and get started and jump right on in here. So I'm going to go ahead and put us here. As you can see, put this over here. Here's our market trends right here for Brookland, Arkansas. So as we scroll down, you can see here that we're still in a seller's market. That doesn't mean that when homes are overpriced that you can command that price. You still need to be willing to negotiate. Now I know there's several homes in the Brookland Hills area for sale, and they're still sitting on the market, and we're kind of going to go over that kind of maybe if I can help you through this. So right now, Brookland as a whole, we're looking at just over 4 months of inventory, right? And here's the thing: it's a list the sold price. Don't pay a whole lot of attention to this right here because we're not talking, this is Brookland as a whole, not necessarily Brookland Hills. We'll get down to that. And we're still looking at 34 days on market time, right? From being on the market to where it gets under contract. And this is just, this is the overall market outlook right here. So as we scroll down here, here's the new listings. Within the past month, we've had 19 new properties go on market. And they've listed those properties at an average of 160 a foot. Mind you, this is not all in Brookland Hills. A lot of them are, and that's an issue. We're going to come down to that and we'll show you something. This is where when you list your property, you need to get it listed correctly the first time. And, unfortunately, I'm going to say this, those prices that we saw back in COVID, over a year ago, year and a half to almost 2 years ago, those prices, unfortunately, are not valid anymore. You missed the bubble. And the reason why is that appraisals only go back a year. So when a bank looks at properties, they look at similar properties that have sold. Well, there was a hard time, during COVID and shortly after, everything commanded a higher price. The reason why, inventory was low, interest rates were extremely low, historically low, right? Now rates have come up to a normal level. I say normal because it is. They're at normal levels right now. Back in the 80s we saw interest rates up in the teens, high teens, 18, 19, even 20% in some cases. So 6.5%, 7% where we're sitting right now, it's the normal. And unfortunately, there's been a lot of new homeowners that came into the marketplace during the COVID years whenever interest rates were 2 to 4%. I would love to see that again. Is it realistic? I don't know. Is it likely we'll see that again? If we do, it'll be a long time from now. There's a lot of things in the economy that have to be worked out before we get down to those rates again. So for the foreseeable future, we're looking at that 6.5 to 7%. If you need to move, if you need to sell, get with a realtor who's going to help you. I'd love to help you with that. Give me a call, reach out to me, and we can talk about that. But the purpose of this video is to educate you and let you know kind of what's going on in our market. So as we scroll down here, you can see here's our active listings, right? As a whole, there are 41 properties in the entire city of Brookland that are active. These are residential, this is excluding commercial properties. And they're all listed at an average of right around $160 a foot. Your new constructions, they're going to be able to get that because that's the comparables that they have. When it comes to a single family, resale home, the prices per square foot aren't that high anymore. 2 years ago, we're looking at, we're looking at 158, 162 a foot. As far as it pertains to Brookland Hills, this price point is the average for Brookland. This is also, Whispering Hills. This is also the new constructions going on, which is raising that average median price, okay? So as we scroll down here, here's the pendings, right? Over the past month, we've had 11 properties go under contract. The average days on market, they've gone up. It says almost 250% month over month. The reason why that is, the homes are being priced too high, and the banks aren't going to loan money on them unless you have a cash buyer come in or somebody willing to put down a minimum of 20% down to offset that cost, to offset that the loan to value ratio. The bank's not going to lend money on it. They're just not. As you can see over the past month, that they've dropped 6.5% to $145 a foot because that's what they're going for. Especially here in Brookland Hills, you're looking at somewhere between depending on the size of your house and location and the age of it and its updated condition, you're looking at right around 145 plus or minus. It could go as high as 148. 150 might be pushing it. You might be able to get to 152, like I said, depending on the size of the house. But this is where we are now. We're right here at this 145 mark. Okay. So as we scroll down here, again, you can see the pendings. 16 properties. And the average days on market is up here. We're talking about these are the new pendings. Basically, in the past month, let me differentiate. Past month, we've had 11 new properties go under contract. Okay, and these are the pendings that have been pending already, right, including those 11. So we're still looking at an average of 45 days overall, and we're still at that 146 per square foot. This is really pertaining to Brookland Hills here, okay? And here's our solds, right? The solds at the end of the day, we had 8 properties actually close within the past month, and at 148 a foot. Guys, the numbers don't lie. Here they are, and homeowners, if you're thinking about selling, take that into consideration because, I don't like being the bearer of bad news, but the bubble was missed, or it's just we're no longer in those times anymore. Now, the good thing is that property values are still appreciating in Arkansas at a 3.3% rate every year. That's on average. COVID and just the circumstances that happened with low inventory, low interest rates, it really skyrocketed and created a huge demand, which drove those prices up well above that average 3.3% appreciation rate. So take that into consideration. We're still, about 4 months of inventory if nobody else put any more properties on the market, okay? I hope this is insightful. I hope this helps everybody out here. And I'm going to show you something. I'm going to go ahead and type in here. We're going to type in actually Brookland Hills and see what we can come up here with, okay? I'm doing this live for you, Brookland Hills in Craighead County. Oop, back up here. So, Brookland Hills on its own is less than 3 months of inventory, okay? The median household value we're still looking at right around that 210. Now that's at a whole. That's including phase 1, phase 2. That's all the phases in Brookland Hills. So keep that in mind as well. If you're in phase 3, 2, and 3, and the square footage of your home is less than that 1,400 square feet, you're close. You're nowhere near this right here, this 210. You're going to be closer right around that 170 to 180 mark. If you want an estimate, a price opinion on your home, reach out to me. I'm happy to offer that to you. I do that for all my clients free of charge, and actually I don't just offer, hey, here's what your home's worth. I go through the why and come up with a marketing plan, for your home for free if you're looking to sell your home. So let me know, and I'm happy to help you out with that. So you can see here, there's a whole lot of analytics on here, and a lot of this we can go through. But you can see, here's Whispering Hills with the average home price of 373. Sorry. Anyway, this is where we are with everything. Here's the new normal, guys. Please understand. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm here to help. Let me know how I can, and I look forward to talking to everybody here, answering questions you may have. Let me know. Glad to help.